Hello, my name is Ed Fry, and like a lot of other people, I'm concerned about the chaos of our government, the inability to solve serious problems, so that we face all these global crises that loom over us, such as climate crisis, militarism, uh, just massive displacements and cruelty against huge numbers of people, poverty, and so on. How do we deal with this if our governments and our office holders are captured by the forces of money, uh, which corrupts the entire process of government? Well, what we have to do is realize that since our politicians don't have the best interests of the people and the general welfare in mind, we have to rely on ourselves, we the people, both here and all around the world. How do we go about that? I think the first step, and we can make an example here in America, we got to require our office holders to pass a law, and we got to bring this tremendous amount of pressure to pass a law that requires them to appear every month on television across the table from a citizen for a 30-minute civilized conversation, so that we have the ability to hold them accountable for their votes and their policies. Now, what we could do is require them to pass a law that says every month they must appear on television across the table from a citizen who volunteers and gets picked, name gets picked out of the hat. Or if your name gets picked and you don't feel up to the job, you could appoint a proxy spokesperson, like your neighbor or your friend or a scholar or a podcaster or another politician, whoever you think would best express your views. And every month we could have this 30-minute conversation and hold our politicians accountable in public in front of the whole country. That's the way to get them to respond effectively. Then the other thing we need to do, besides these public conversations, we need to require them, the politicians, to give us all the information that we need in order to deal effectively with them. What I'm talking about is the information about what goes on between all these lobbyists and the corporate interests and the politicians. We need to have a law that requires them to divulge all information about the full text, for example, of all conversations and all written communications between lobbyists and office holders or the office holders' staff. So that, because we have a First Amendment right here involved, the right to receive information. Our Supreme Court has recognized that right. It's the most important right there is. I mean, each individual has a right to express himself or herself. That's freedom of speech. But within that freedom of speech, the most important thing behind that is the right to receive information, the people's right to find out what's going on. And that's, like I say, that's been recognized by the Supreme Court as part of the First Amendment. So once we get this right established, then we'll be fully informed and be in the best position to confront our office holders in public, hold them accountable. And President Eisenhower said, only an alert and informed citizenry can control the military-industrial complex. Well, that's true of all the problems. Alert and informed citizenry, and that's what we need. So please join this effort, help spread the word, tell everyone to look at www.votersintervene.org, and we'll get this thing moving, and we'll set an example for the people all around the world to do what we do to their governments and make their governments responsive. Then we're going to have some real problem-solving ability. Otherwise, we're heading into chaos, and it's pretty obvious. So thank you very much. Please follow up in whatever way you can with your friends and anyone else you feel you want to inform about this movement, because it's vital that we get these rights put into place right away. Thank you very much.